Ooh.
What is going on, everybody? Yo, what's up, chappies? What's up, Eduardo, Frito, LUP, Chum, Dave, Matt, Boots, All Stars, Dyer, Ronnie's, No Credits, Alex, Kyle, Island, Burnit, Otto, Michael Sampson. I haven't seen you in a while, man. What's up? Gray Wonder, IZ. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? We're getting a kitchen, a nice little cell off of here. Once we broke that D low, we had a nice little push down. Yo, James, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, nice.
And good evening, guys.
You're here with everybody.
Woke up from a nap. Yeah, Michael Sampson, where you been at, man? Haven't seen that name in a long time.
Gurpreet, Filibuster, Scott, Janelle, JD, JJ, Andrew, Crypto Kata. I think I got
Janelle.
I think I got everybody.
Gurpreet.
Shep. What's up, Shep?
You mentioned Alex Covert, 897. Crypto Mad. Hey, All Stars, what up, man?
Crypto Mad, what's up? I never seen that name before.
Hey, Shep, what's going on?
Crypto Mad, are you new?
Old Ahab, what's going on, man? Patrick, what up, dude? You know what? July 5th is like, it's less than a week away, you guys. It's like 6 days, actually, just a little less than 6 days when I wake up. John, what's going on, man? There's about 44 people watching, guys. If you guys are brand new, go ahead and say hi. Don't be shy. If you guys have been here for a while, go ahead and say what's up, like everyone else has been doing. Chris B, Mad Cats, Big Blaze, what up, homie? Shep, about to crash. That's all good, man. Oh, what? It's about to crash, or you're about to crash? And got Crypto Mad Incognito. Oh, it used to be Crypto Incognito. And then we got okay, there we go. Guys keep switching it up on us, yeah.
So tonight, like I said, we're gonna talk about a couple of trades. A trade that we took long earlier. For those of you that were in the Discord with me, we're just in there chilling, talking about trading, and then a lot of us got long. And then we're gonna go over some stock options, and then we are going to get into how to set up a futures account. Got a lot of interest, and so a lot of people have been hitting me up saying, hey, how do I set up NinjaTrader? How do I set up a futures account? How do futures even work? So tonight is going to be the intro on that. And
exciting.
You know what? I was about to say the same thing. I think I'm so excited. I think we'll just do that right after we actually, let's just do that first, right? Who's down for that?
I need that meme, that Kevin Hart meme. So excited!
July 5th is the first day of the boot camp.
Oh, I love that stand up.
Yeah, let's
so excited.
Let's bang that like button right off the bat, guys and gals.
Brenda Dahl, hello, good evening. Oh, Zolta NYC, are you new? And Brenda Dahl, hello.
Greg Painter, what's up, man? He says it's his first time in the stream. Well, welcome.
Got Bopsies going on. Greg Painter. What's we got here? Frito.
Yeah, let's get some ones in the chat if we want to. If you guys want to look to see how we set up the futures. I'm gonna grab water real quick. Actually, my water's right here. Never mind.
All right, got a lot of yeses. Ah, Ship, it's okay if you didn't make the first cut, man. What's up, Ryan Phillips? How you doing, man? James Jorge, hello. What's up, chappies? See that one over there? Izzy, Jingles, Skotsky, All-Star Ship. All these guys want the one.
Chappies,
Old
you at work?
Ahab. Chappie's didn't go to sleep, man.
No, yeah,
Chappie's making
I think he's
he's
at work
making
right now.
videos. No, man, it's summertime over there.
Summer, so that doesn't mean that they don't work over there.
They don't have, dude. They don't have school in the summer, man.
Chappies?
Yeah,
He's not. What is he in school for?
Chappie's the principal.
Yeah, but the principal still's got to work though.
Dude, everyone
No?
gets summer off, man. Everyone gets summer off. He might have to wait like a week after school and like come in a little early, but you get the summer off still, man. Come on,
I thought the principals were like there all the time.
dude.
Seemed like it when I was in school.
That's probably because you're always in trouble.
All right.
Yeah, okay, he said he's supposed to be working. All right, you win.
Okay.
You win.
All right, guys. So this is Ninja Trader. Let me adjust so you guys can see the whole screen.
Just a 2-week break, Chappies. You don't get the whole summer off.
All right, so there are a few ways to go about opening up a futures account, right? So we'll go through the futures account and we'll go through what the margin means. We'll go through how they trade a little bit, and we will get everything going, right? So this is the platform that James and I use. It's called Ninja Trader. So if you just go to ninjatrader.com, can you guys see that? Let me adjust it a little bit. I think the website's out of the way. There we go. So if you go to ninjatrader.com, right, you guys should all be able to nail that. Yeah, it's middle of winter in Australia.
Oh shoot, I forgot about that.
Their 6-week break is December through January.
That's right. That's right.
So first thing you're going to do when you come to this page is click open account, right? Select your type of account. You're going to go to futures. And then from here, you're going to either select Phillip Capital or Dorman Trading, right? James and I have Phillip Capital, but Dorman Trading is, another platform or another brokerage. These are the brokerages that you'll go through, right? There's a deal going on right now for the lifetime license. Like I said, that's why it's a bit of a commitment if you want to go through Ninja Trader. You could try futures trading out. If you get an AMP futures account, you can go through Quant Tower, and then the platform's free, or you can set up a futures account and go through Sierra Charts, but just a little bit of a more difficult program to get used to. But I do have some templates that we could share, and Midnight has some templates that he has no problem sharing for sure. So
also, you guys don't let the $100 off scare you from getting in. I think sometimes the 200, even a 250 off. So don't think like, oh, this $100 is like a one-time thing. It's like every month, you guys. So you can always sign up like for their emails and whatnot, and get the emails. Usually it's always like $100 discount pretty much, but sometimes they even have like a 200, 250 off. So just sign up for the emails, get some marketing emails from them. You'll eventually get like a higher one off. Those like just last, I think it was May or something like that. They had $200 off, I think it was.
Yeah, and last month they had, if you signed up for an account, you got to trade Bitcoin. Maybe it was micro Bitcoin, no commissions.
Yeah, micro Bitcoin, no commission.
Micro Bitcoin futures, no commission. So not a bad deal.
And yeah, just show them AMP real quick too, so they know who AMP or what AMP looks like.
So this is AMP futures. This is just like the broker, so you can go through. If we go through futures,
Chum off, will help you, man.
You can get this multi-charts, MetaTrader 5, Sierra Charts, TT, TradingView, Jigsaw, CQG, RTrader, MotoWave, LDM. So there's all these
ton of stuff.
Different platforms. If you guys have questions and you're looking into stuff, especially if you're not in the United States and you're looking at some of the brokers, I've gone through and did my research about a lot of these, so just hit me up and let me know. I think probably the best bet if you go through AMP is Sierra Charts or You don't see it on here, but if you type in quant power, whoa. What was that? I don't know how to mute the desktop noise. Yeah, I don't know. I muted the desktop noise, so not sure. Might be it might be a remote on the he's on his trying to get his phone set up for the AirPods. Text him and tell him to stop. I have him muted. Yeah, I can't mute just one person. No.
Is it good?
Oh yeah, it's better now. Okay.
Or was it jacked up? My bad. Sorry.
No,
Yeah, it sound like a rapper.
Oh heck no. I try not to rap.
So
No, like a rapper.
yeah, so if you have any questions about this, just shoot me a message. A key thing to know about this when you're going to set up a futures account, the minimum amount that you need to put in your account is $400, right? So not bad at all, right? And that's not saying that you need to put $400 in your account and trade it right away. You just need to have $400 in your account. Ramon's swallowing his mic again, they said.
And then you guys, data fees are usually averaging around about $35 a month. Okay, so you'll pay for your data fees, which goes to CQG, or that's how you get the data from the CME, which is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So you'll pay about $35 a month. Doesn't matter what platform you use. On AMP, you pretty much get all these options that Brad was showing you earlier for these free platforms like Sierra Charts, the Jigsaw. I think it's like CQG and a few of them, the Quant Tower and whatnot, right? So you get those things for free, but it's like I said, it still costs money to have an account open each month. Okay, and I'm looking at through this stuff right now, and it has a lot of stuff actually I see here with order flow tools, and you guys want to make sure it has order flow tools, because that's how you're gonna get like the TPO profile, right? And then if they don't say it specifically, make sure you just ask them. Just say, hey, do you guys have TPO profile on your charting? And they can tell you every single one. There's not a little click button for some reason to filter the results on the TPO or order flow tools. But if you just look at it or just ask them, they'll get back to you. They're pretty good with responding to you guys' questions on AMP. I actually have an AMP account. I just don't have one live.
Ninja, the cryptos that it has BCH versus the Euro, BCH versus USD, BTC, Euro, BTC versus the pound, BTC USD, ETH, Euro, ETH USD, Litecoin, Euro, Litecoin USD. Those are the only cryptos that you can get on here.
I think it's whatever Coinbase has to offer you guys. So if it's not on Coinbase, I don't think you'll get any data for it, because you have to link your thing through Coinbase. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sierra Charts was the other one. Yeah, Sierra Charts. You can link all of that stuff through. With NinjaTrader though, if you're gonna trade crypto, right, you're not gonna be able to trade leverage. So if you're planning on just using it for the leverage through Ninja, you're not going to be able to use the leverage through Ninja. You can do the Bitcoin futures, right, which is leveraged automatically, but it's you're not going to be able to kind of pick your leverage.
Yeah, it's a different kind of leverage, right? So
yeah.
So contracts, like a normal size Bitcoin contract, like a BTC contract, is 5 Bitcoins, right? So you're trading 5 Bitcoins, and I think your minimum margin is $50,000, and it changes with the price of Bitcoin. So right now it could be like a maintenance margin like $40,000, something like that. But that's a Bitcoin contract from the CME. And then if you use a micro Bitcoin contract, you're trading 1/10 of the size. So basically 1/10 of 5 Bitcoins. So that's why it's cheaper. You only need like I think 500 in your account, I think, to trade that.
Yeah, Ryan. If you're gonna trade futures, you should get that level 2 full market depth.
Yeah, it helps out.
So here's a cool thing about Ninja, guys, and I'm not sure if any of the other platforms offer this, but I know that Ninja does. You can practice, right? You can start on a demo account. It only lasts for about I think it's like 12 days, but you can download the software. And it's a platform-based software. It's not web-based. You can download the software and you can trade on a demo account. You won't have the TPO, but you can you can, use your 30-minute bars and try to, use your imagination just to get used to the platform to see if you like how it works, right? Because ultimately you don't want to get stuck with something that you're, that you don't really like. So
correct.
Hang on, sorry. So you just come in here, put your name and everything in, select your country, and then submit, and you'll be able to download the software. They'll send you a login and a password and a license key, which will be for your demo account. You'll be able to, get advanced charting, trading simulation, backtester, and then there's add-ons. There's like a million add-ons that you can get for all of these things. Right, but the cool thing is you can get used to the platform. You kind of see how futures work and everything like that. So now let's get into.
And then real quick, just to add on to that, you guys, for the Ninja Trader, to get it to look like Brad's or to get it to look like mine, it's going to cost probably another. Well, I think one of our members bought it's like $170 for the chart to make it look nice and pretty. Or I think you can pay like $69 a month to get the full package of tools that this other website offers called Rancho Dinero. So that's how we have our TPO set up, and that's what makes it look nice and pretty. But if you don't do that, then you just lose some like advanced features like one clicking the chart to like separate the bars versus making a profile shape, or just little things like that make life easier, right? So if you guys need help or you want to know what's exactly on our chart, just let us know. We'll tell you guys where we got it from and how much it costs and stuff. Okay. Then don't forget to hit that like button, please. And don't forget to hit the share and the notification button if you guys didn't get the notification today. What's up, Crypto Chemist? How you doing,
man? So this is the CME website, and this tells us how the contracts are traded. So basically what happens here is it's saying 50 times the S&P 500 index. So $50 per point on the S&P 500 index. Right, US dollars are cents and index points. So and then this tells you, the hours that it trades. Right, it's closed on the weekend, opens back Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and closes Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and then it's closed over the weekend. And so I guess the easiest way probably to break down the points. Let me see if they have it set up here.
Hey, no credits. What's going on? Said Ramon's phone. Oh, that's who said Ramon's phone. Like.
So we'll just use the Ninja Trader chart.
I'm about to sit on my computer right now.
Oh, you're almost home. Nice.
Yeah. I'm sitting down right now.
I'll zoom this all the way in so you guys can see it. So just here. Let me close this. So the way that this works, right, is it works in ticks. So you have 4276, you have 4276 or 75, and then 4275.50, 4275 quarter, and 4275, right? So that's 4 ticks. 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess it'd be 5 ticks, right? Because it's a full a point and a quarter. So, but the full point is just these 4 ticks, and each tick is worth $12.50, right? And then the full point, $50. So if you get it to move 1 point, that's $50. Right? It seems like a lot. The margin that you need in your account to be able to trade this is only $500 per contract. So if you take, let's say, 4 contracts here and it goes up 1 point, that's a $200 move. The cool thing about this is there's also what's called the micro ES. Where is it at? Micro. So this is the micro ES. So it trades exactly the same as the ES, but instead of each point being $50, each point is $5. Is that a separate? So it's not a fee, Janelle. So basically, what it is margin. The way that margin works in the futures market is just the money that you have in your account to cover that contract. So when you purchase a contract, right? So let's say you purchase a contract at 42.71, right? And you have $1,000 in your account. And you purchase one contract. Well, they're gonna hold $500 in your account, right? And then so you can only purchase one contract per $500 in your account. So if you have $1,000 account, you can only purchase 2 contracts total. They won't just let you purchase 1,000,000 contracts, right? Because they don't want you to get over levered, have price run against you, and then you get liquidated, and then they have to eat the fees that you don't have. Oh, you're talking about the package 3M was talking about? Yes, that is on top of it. Yes, that is on top of it.
Yeah, you don't have to buy it, you guys. It's just what's it called? It's just makes life easier for us.
And then but the cool, like I was saying, the cool thing about the micros is that each point is $5 instead of $50. So it gives you that feeling, that you get from trading real money, right? Because I know a lot of you say that it's tough to trade on a simulator, tough to get that same feeling. So this way you can still trade real money. Yeah, you're not going to be making, these huge dollars, but this is a key way to learn, right? And so each point will be $5, and then so on and so forth.
So we got one of the guys in the chat right now, Matt. He's actually using Ninja. I think he's been using it probably for like 2 weeks now. Matt, if you got some time, man, just throw a quick little is it easy? Is it hard? What do you think so far? Because you have firsthand experience with it now, and you're also new to NinjaTrader. So, what are your experiences so far in NinjaTrader? Is it easy to use? Is it easy to set up? Is it, would you recommend it? Yes or no, kind of thing like that. If you got time to let the other people in the chat know. So about 60 people watching. So you're probably the best person to give your opinion to right now because you're the newest person to NinjaTrader. Yeah, so Chappie's Micros is the same thing as the Mini, except 1/10 of the price. So it lets you get the feet wet without drowning, right? So you can, like he said, you can take a trade, have some skin in the game, get the same feelings with real money that you do with the ES. But when you have a bad day, your loss is like $10, $20, and not $200 or $2,000. So yes, Jingles, the fee is different. So let me look up you want to pull up the commission structure real quick on ninjatrader.com/, I can put the link in the chat real quick. NinjaTrader commissions.
So it's oh, you want the link? Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, I'll post it right here.
Okay. So the cool thing about the chart, right, is that it shows us our value area high, value area low automatically with the colors. If you don't have this, it's called Rancher Dinero software. So if you don't have this, you won't be able to open it, like James and I are talking about. And there's a couple of ways to make entries on the chart, right? We'll just do the demonstration on the micros. So if we take a peek at our bars, right? So it looks, kind of like we're one time framing down. You can right click and then place a limit order, or you can sell a limit order.
Separate.
So you can sell. What?
Separate the bars.
They are.
No, on the right side. Oh, you know what? I'm delayed. I'm watching on YouTube. I was like, separate those things, man.
Yeah, they're separated. Or if you wanted to get into the trade right away, you just click sell the bid, and then you're in the trade, right? And then you can adjust your stop however you want. You can adjust your take profit however you want. Inside here, you can set custom things. So it'll be, 10 tick stop loss and a 10 tick take profit, right? Or whatever you want.
Put it on your sim account.
Well, I already entered this trade in the MES, so.
Oh, are you in? Okay, I'm delayed. That's what I'm saying. I can't even see what's going on.
Yeah.
So you guys, just to let you know, if he's ever on sim, that side of the column where it's black, it'll be light blue. So you'll know if he's on a sim trade or if he's on a real account and stuff like that. So just based off the color for NinjaTrader.
Yeah, all this will be. Yeah, if I change this to the sim, it'll be blue.
Yeah. So and the reason I just tell him to go on the sim is just so he can just press the buttons like buy, sell, close, reverse, just so you can see all the functions happening like they're supposed to. Because sometimes you just put in an order and then you could hit sell to mark it in, and then like say sell bid and you mark it in. As soon as you mark it in, you'll have your stop loss there, you'll have your take profit there built in if you have an ATM strategy, and it's just an automated trade strategy. So real quick, Chappie's asking, can you explain the dollar when it goes the opposite direction? If it drops 1 point, you lose. Yeah, so it's the same thing. So the minis, which is the ES, that's $50 per point or $12.50 per tick, right? There's 4 ticks and 1 point. And then the same it's the true for the micros, the MES, it's 1/10 of that size, right? So if it was $12.50 per tick, now it'd be $1.25 per tick, or $5 per point. So it doesn't matter if you're going up or down, the tick size is the same, the points are the same. So if you're negative 1 point, you're gonna be negative $5. If you're positive 1 point, you're gonna be positive $5. And like I said, if you can make $50 a day on this thing, you can make $500 a day on the ES, no problem. It's the same exact market, the same exact data basically, and it might be off by 1 tick sometimes, and that's it. But it's the same data. So, and this is a nice thing, like you guys, so our goal is $500 a day, and when you guys start trading this stuff, you can trade with just 1 contract. After you get comfortable with 1 contract after a few months, then you can jump with 2 contracts. So now instead of making $500 a day, now you've made $1,000 a day, and then you go from 3 contracts and 4, and it just compounds, right? And you're not changing anything you do. You're just changing the size of contracts that you have, and you're just multiplying how much you can lose or make at the same time, right? So if you can make $500 a day every single day consistently, there's no reason you can't make 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, depending on your account size. You need the account size to maximize how much you can get, right? And I don't recommend, if you have $5,000 in your account, to start with 10 contracts. That's a quick way to go from 5,000 to negative, not negative, but probably like 2,500, because it's going to close you out very quickly for your margin, right? So you can set up the account settings to trade just like you have real money. So you can put in there, say you put in $2,000, and you can change the settings. So say, okay, I want it to trade just like I had real money. If the settings were this way, the commissions were this way, and the leverage was this way, basically on like your $500 contract that you rent, basically. It's actually a $12,000 contract, you guys, because that's how much the ES is worth to intraday, day trade intraday, or to trade overnight. But you're paying $500 to trade it from the time the market opens to the time the market closes. So almost a 24-hour period you have to play with it for $500.
The busiest sessions are the U.S. Open. So at 6:30 my time, the same time that we start to stream every day, that's the busiest time for this market. But there is, other things that you can trade, like oil, the FDAX, the NASDAQ, things like that. I'm trying to get this thing to execute the second trade so you guys can kind of see how it works. It's just moving super slow right now. It's the summertime, so it's been moving fairly slow. It's just just kind of how it is.
Yeah, this is called the Globex session, you guys. This is the 24-hour session right now that we're in. It's usually a slow market. I was on here for the open at B period, so that was pretty quick. But after B period, it didn't make a new low until D period came around. So an hour and a half of trading, right? And actually, oh yeah, he's on the micros right now. So for me, I'm looking at the ES. The D actually broke the C period, so that's the only difference. There's 1 tick difference of D and C period. And actually on his chart, D period went up higher on the C period, so it went up 1 tick higher and then 1 tick lower on the ES chart. And that's the only differences, you guys, in the ES versus the MES is like 1 or 2 ticks difference, right? Because like it is the same exact product, but the size of people and the amount of people trading these products are different.
Yeah, so the leverage it's pretty much built in, right? So with the micros, you're at 1/10 of the price, and at the minis, you're at. That's like the regular price. You can trade like the real futures contracts, but they have no volume, and nobody trades them either. So you see all 3 contracts just got filled right here. And so what I look to do, right, is I look to take one right off this low. I look to take one right off the other low. Everybody knows why, right? Because we try to sell into strength. And then I will look to, let my runner run. I'll, set my profit here just in case we get like this big dump off, right? And that's how you can adjust your take profits and stop losses. You just grab them, click them, drag them. That's how they work.
And this is normally not that slow of a market, you guys. Like when we're trading in the daytime, that little red dot that you see right there, that thing is moving up and down pretty fast. Okay, especially in that first 30 minutes in the market open. If you're a brand new trader, the first 30 minutes is something you want to stay out of. You don't want to trade the first half hour of the open, okay? Let the big money, let the big dogs fight it out and see what the direction of the market is for that day. Because, the first 30 minutes, they're trying to work out their agenda for the day. And so, first 30 minutes, you kind of just want to stay out of it. It's got a big range. Just like if you guys see over to the left, see A period over to the left, that was early this morning. See how the price opened right there around 42.77. They popped the thing up about 1 point to 42.78. That thing just dropped. And that was that short that Brad took this morning. It was about 10 points it dropped, right? And so in this market, there's no supply, right? You have to have supply in order to take the market up or to short it. So what they did was all the buyers sat there and just accumulated all these contracts. And if you look at the profile at the end, they just ripped the market back up because they were just sitting there accumulating supply. So that's one thing. It's dangerous to go short in these markets because there's no supply to go short. When you're at the top of these markets, there's no supply. You're creating the supply by selling short, right? So once people stop selling short, then the market can actually drop. And it's funny that people don't know that because, they think there's a top to the market. There's no top to the market. There's no bottom to the market. Oh, there's a bottom actually. But I mean, oil went negative, last year. So, you guys have to be very careful shorting these markets when you're at the very top because there's no top, okay? So the top is basically when size comes in and says there's no more top, or there's a top where it's not going to let it price break this level. But you have to think about there's so many people that are wanting to buy, right, and push the market up. So it's very dangerous getting short, okay? So you have to make sure that when the market's making new highs, you stay away from those shorts.
And so this is the footprint chart, right? The all-elusive footprint chart that everybody loves and everybody wants to use on Bitcoin and all of that, right? So you can see the difference between a footprint chart when every contract is tracked, right? So when you trade on Bitcoin and you use the footprint chart, some of those trades are going through, like if you're on Binance, you're going to see some of those contracts, right? But if you're not going to see anything going through BitMEX or anything going through Bybit or anything going through any of the other exchanges, you're only going to see the contracts that are going through Binance, right? So that's why I say if you're going to use something like that, it'd be better to use on Binance just because that's where most of the orders are going through anyways. They have the largest cap. But as you can see, my footprint chart is, pretty basic, right?
And just a quick disclaimer, you guys, this footprint chart is not included in Ninja. There's a footprint chart that's included with the lifetime package. That's just the order flow tools, right? So we paid $600 for this chart. You don't have to. It just looks prettier for us. It's easier on the eyes. It has little features like these green triangles and all that stuff. We don't use that stuff, but when these boxes are highlighted, that's what grabs our attention. It's like we're looking for imbalances. These are just basically stacked imbalances. The bar, like with the white bar you see in the middle, is a point of control. Things like that, right? And it all has its own reference point, and we talked about that a little bit in the that raffle class that we did. So all this stuff has a significance, like that green triangle at the bottom, that's a delta divergence. Basically means price is going down, but the delta is getting positive, right? But as you can see, price only shot up for just a hot second, kind of retested, then bounced back up. It's not always true that when the little green triangle pops back up, that the price is going to just go back up, right? It's just, we just take everything in context, but it's just a visual and it's an alert saying, hey, you're looking at so many things already. These are just little clues to what's going on, right? So that's why we have this chart right here. And as you can see over to the left, what do we have? A volume profile, right? So it says every single contract traded on that level. That's basically the entire volume for the entire day is that volume profile, okay? So, these are little add-ons that we add because when there's so much stuff going on in the market, you guys, and you're trying to pay attention to every little thing, it helps out to have these little markers, right? Because, I might be looking at price, but when a little marker says, hey, we're going down on positive delta, that means Buyers are absorbing, you guys. Buyers are sitting there trying to absorb, right? Because they're sitting there, they're hitting the market buy, and price is going down. Just like if the price is going up on positive or negative delta. Okay, so that's the things you have to watch out for. This little thing just kind of highlights it and just says, "Hey, dummy, look at this. Pay attention real quick," and then you can make your decision from there, right? It's not it's not a signal to go long from, right? Because if you went long from right there, you'd be taking a lot of heat and getting like negative 5 point trade off the bat if you took a signal off that green triangle. But what it could let you do is say, hey, let me look for an entry to go long around this level and retest. And as you can see, if you put like a retest on the level of where the 80 and 78 contracts are at, which is low volume, and you take just 2 or 3 ticks of heat before you took the rip back up.
Right, so this is just one of the tools, like as we go forward, for the people that are interested in the futures that we'll explain on how to use. It is in your capabilities if you're using Bybit or if you're using ExoCharts or GoCharts, right? You can turn the footprint on by taking the TPO letters and put the imbalance on, and you can go like this, and it will show you, the footprint chart. The thing about this is that it's just not very, it's not really telling me anything. I don't really like it for future or for crypto. It doesn't really give me any information. Like I always say, is you want to keep it as basic as possible before you start adding all this stuff. Like I don't use a heat map when I trade futures. James does, right? He likes it. There's different things that are going to work for everyone. So I'm not telling you don't use it. I'm just telling you it's more important to learn the market structure and why the market's moving the way that it's moving before you start adding all of these fancy things, like looking at all of this, right? Because you can be getting something from this, but it's really giving you the wrong signal, right? And market makers are smart. They know that you're using this kind of stuff. They know that retail traders are using this stuff. That's why it's created, right? It was created so we would have something to look at to decide, okay, negative 61 million, we're still going down, I'm going to short right here, right? And then you get short, and then what happens? It bounces, right? And you've got everything else telling you that you're going to go short right here with your, probably have MACD crossover, you've got, RSI oversold, you've got all this shit, telling you to go short. You've got this huge negative delta, and then all of a sudden the next bar we just rip up, right?
So we got some pretty important questions actually in the chat. Sorry, I'm going to cut you off. So Crypto Cod asks, is the leverage built in? So yes. So the ES, we'll just use the ES for example, and the MES is just going to be 1/10 of everything I say, right? So the ES is $500 to rent for the day, right? But when you're putting up your $500 to rent that one contract is actually worth $13,000. So if you wanted to keep that contract when the market closes overnight, you have to have $13,000 in your account. So that's why you need to be out of your position by the end of the day, right? And if you're not out of your position by the end of the day, they'll just do this nice thing called a courtesy liquidation, and they'll basically close down your account. Doesn't matter if you're up in your contract, if you're down on your short on your contract, and you're in profit, not in profit, right? So you have to be very careful on your timing. So that's why we trade the first hour of the day. It gives us all day long, but usually we're done by the first hour. Don't have to worry about that last part. So the leverage is, yes, it's built in, but it's not like the same leverage as say for Binance, where you're leveraging 100x of what you have in your account, right? You're basically just saying, here's $500 in my account, and let me use one contract for every $500 I have, right? So if you go down negative 10 points, you're going to lose all that $500 because every point is $50 a point. So LUP 247, the biggest benefit of trading futures contracts, no pattern day trading rule. You do not have to have $25,000 in your account to trade every single day. Remember, futures are derivatives of equities, right? So when you guys are trading the ES, this contract right here, this is the derivative of the S&P 500, right? S&P 500 is stocks like Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, Amazon, Netflix, Tesla, all these big stocks, right? And otherwise, if you want to trade the S&P 500, your options are the SPY, which is about $470 a share, something like that. And then you have the SPX, which is $4,770 a share. Or you can trade options, on those things, or you can trade the futures. And those first three things I mentioned all have a PDT, a pattern day trading rule. You have to have $25,000 in your account, or you can't make more than 2 execute trades in the same day, a buy and a sell. You can't do more than, what was it, 3 every 5 or 7 days?
5 days, yeah.
Yeah, so it makes you very vulnerable, right? Because a lot of people try swing trading. They buy a position maybe towards the end of the day. They try and swing it to the next morning or swing it a few days afterwards, and they have no control of their account because if they exercise these trades in and out on the same day, then they're going to get their account locked up and frozen, and they can't trade for 7 days or maybe forever because they've broken the rule too many times. So that's the big benefit of futures contracts. The second big benefit of futures contracts is the taxes, right? If you guys live in the US, capital gains tax is automatic 50% pretty much. So with futures contracts, say for you make $10,000 that year on futures trading, 60%, which is $6,000, that profit will be taxed at a long-term rate because these are futures, right? Remember the word futures, so it's happening in the future, so it's a long-term investment. So basically 60% of that money will be taxed at whatever you make for the year. So if you guys pay 20-30% in taxes, that's how much you get taxed. The other 40%, the 4,000, will be taxed 50% at regular capital gains rates. Okay. And if you guys have a good tax person or set up yourself an own business, you become profitable, set up some kind of LLC or S corp, you guys can cut those taxes down even more. Okay. I'm not a tax advisor, but you guys can get with your CPA and figure out how to do those things. Also, a lot of good info on the internet. So that's the two biggest things of futures contracts. The third thing about futures contracts, why most people do trade futures contracts, is hedging, right? So if you guys are in Apple in your portfolios, or if you guys are in Tesla and it's taking a big dump today, guess what? You don't sell your Tesla or your Apple, right, against your 401k. You go ahead and buy yourself a futures contract, okay? You hedge against your position. This is what a lot of people do. They hedge, right? You can hedge with futures contracts. You can hedge with options. So it's another way to trade. So that's the three biggest things about futures contracts. There's a lot more benefits, you guys. The ES right here is the most liquid market in the world. What do I mean by the most liquid? It has the most active trading going on, okay? More than oil, more than Bitcoin, more than any of this stuff. Let's see here. Chappies. So that, earlier in the last slide, those highlighted boxes, those are stacked imbalances. So they're stacked imbalances in that pinkish, purplish color for you. And if it's a stacked imbalance on the buy side, it's kind of like a light blue color, or it's green print. CryptoCata, glad we answered your question. Yeah, Matt, it's the same stuff on Ranchos, but just a little different picture, different visual. I'm just used to this because that's what we had since day one. Green, no crest says no green circle. It's a triangle. Yeah, so you can take that little red ball into a triangle, a square, whatever fancies or tickles your fancy, you guys. So CryptoCata, how many ticks will liquidate your micro? So if you have only $500 in your account for this micro contract, right, that means you can go down 100 points or 100 ticks, right? Because going down $5 per thing would be 10 points. Oh, is that 50? No, is that 100 points? Yeah, you have to go down 100 points to get the whole thing liquidated. So it's a lot, and you should never go down 100 points negative, okay? Yeah, Bobsy, no pattern day trading rule, right? No pattern day trading rule. Jingo says, why not trade SPY options? Why ES futures? So SPY options, like I said, pattern day trading rule, right? You can't trade SPY options in and out on the same day more than 2 times or 3 times in a 7-day period. You'll get your account shut down. You get frozen. So that's the big thing, right? And you actually have ES futures, you guys. So if you guys have a TD Ameritrade account and you guys have ES futures, you can trade the ES options, right? And you can trade those every single day. There's no PDT on futures or futures products. And LUP247, thank you so much for the $19.99. We appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Hell yes.
Oh, C130, it's good to hear your voice, man. How you doing,
no,
man?
I was here. It's just you were getting it, man. You were
no. I know you. I know transitioning, and you sent us that text, and I was like, okay,
Oh no, yeah. No, you were laying it down, man. So I was like, 3 a.m. is just get spit knowledge, man. You can't stop. You can't stop the train when it's going.
You guys got questions? I'm trying to be concise to the point for you guys today, but any guys have any questions? Just go ahead and DM us, about these things because, maybe not everyone watching. We got 60 people watching now. Thank you guys so much for the 54 likes so far. Not everyone's probably. Hey, Jake the Cake, what's up, man? There's not too many people that there's a lot of people that are interested in this stuff. So it's if you guys don't want to ask these questions in public, you guys can always ask this stuff in private. Okay, try and spend as much time with everyone as I can. Get a lot of messages. I try and get back to everyone as quickly as possible, or I hop on the phone with you guys because I hate typing, you guys. I hate texting. It just takes too long, right? So I'll talk your ear off for another 20 minutes on the phone if you want. Say if you guys can talk now.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was putting the stuff in the chat. Guys, check out that TPO bootcamp, right? Check out the scheduling, see if it matches with what you're doing. Bitcoin Brad's got it locked and loaded for you guys. So, just go ahead.
A lot of you guys are in the class right now already. So a lot of you guys that are watching, you guys are already in the class. Like I said before, there's people that haven't paid over the weekend. I've just been a little lazy and been kind of nice and generous and letting them give the chance of paying. But tonight or tomorrow, I'll probably get off my butt and go through this Excel spreadsheet and just filter all the ones that haven't paid. So, like I said, I already know there's a wait list for the 5th and the 12th and even the 19th if you guys want to get onto an earlier date. And I've already moved some of you guys, contact you already. But if you guys haven't messaged me about changing the date or anything like that, let me know. Okay, so if you guys want the 12th or the 19th, there might be some spots available if you're in one of those later dates. But I will also be releasing these classes back onto our website. So, it says sold out right now, but there might be 1 or 2 slots that just magically appear in the next day or two, okay? So pay attention to the website. If you haven't checked it out, let us know. It's still under construction. Big shout out to Ferdy Vol. Thank you so much for helping us with the website. So classes are right now technically sold out from July 5th to July 19th. We have a lot of 26 classes over. And if you guys want the $50 discount, that doesn't apply until August classes, okay? So a big difference between July classes and August classes are, we gave the first 1,000 priority time to sign up, like priority boarding on, Southwest or something like that. And then, so we had a large response for that. I opened up the rest of the classes, which were the 19th and the 26th. The July classes all include the live trade room, okay? That's why it's $300. So it's $150 for this boot camp, and it's $250 for the live trade room. We gave you $100 off, 2 months for free for the live trade room, for being that first 1,000 and being the first pioneers in our group of Discord to go to TPO, right? So live trade room starts August 2nd, and it's going to go all the way to December 31st. So you get the first 5 months of live trade room, including that TPO bootcamp price. If you guys want to buy TPO bootcamp and you buy an August 2nd class or later, we will have those available to buy actually on the website later. But like I said, the requirement for getting into the live trade room is taking TPO bootcamp. So if you guys haven't taken TPO bootcamp or not signed up for yet, you cannot get into the live trade room, okay? The live trade room will actually be a product on there, but you'll have to have an access code to buy the live trade room, because I know there's people out there going to try and just pull a fast one, buy a live trade room, get in there, and then you're not putting the time or effort, right? I don't want to take your money if you guys aren't going to put in the work, okay? So if you guys aren't going to buy a TPO bootcamp, don't think about coming to the live trade room, okay? You guys can only come to the live trade room if you buy TPO bootcamp. And that's because all this stuff we're talking about in here, we can't keep talking about it in the live trade room, because we just want to show you guys what the trade is going to look like, or what the next best trades are, right? So basically, TPO bootcamp, you guys will learn the basics, get proficient in TPO bootcamp, in the TPO profile, and after that, you guys can come into the live trade room, and then Mr. Yoda, aka Brad, will be walking you guys through the charts on a day-by-day basis for a couple hours a day, okay? And you'll also see ES and you'll see Bitcoin at the same time. So if you guys are out there already ahead of the game, have NinjaTrader or some other futures account that lets you trade ES or MES, you guys are, gonna get twofold that day, right? If it's a slow day in ES, you got Bitcoin. If it's a slow day in Bitcoin, you got ES. So it's nice having multiple markets to trade, you guys, because some days are gonna be better than others, right? Today I didn't take many trades on the ES because I was looking at oil, and then I hopped into the ES later in the day. So it's just like, you want to have options.
Options are always good. You ever been to a club, Yeah.
Sometimes the options don't. Sometimes the options don't want you, though.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, man.
Right now, guys, I'm just you guys are kind of seeing what I normally do when I'm looking for a trade. So this is Baba, the stock, Alibaba, right? And it looks like we're trying to get a little breakout on here, right? So these are our TPOs. We're real zoomed out. We see that we came down and we found a little balance area for Baba, and now we're breaking back out, right? And so what I'm looking for is areas of support to be able to decide to take this trade long, right? So this is one of the trades that I'm looking for as we're going forward. If we zoom in here.
So Cryptocata, she's asking, do you guys actually trade stocks or options, or just more futures? So we trade everything. It's mostly futures. Futures are the routine, just like, every morning we hop on, trade futures. Then stocks are kind of like, we're looking for that breakout. So like right now, Brad's going through this Baba play, right? And usually on stocks, we kind of like to trade options more than we do the actual stock, because you just have more potential for a
leverage,
bigger win, right? So it's like, you could put up, for example, maybe $500 on a contract, and that $500 could be netted 10, 20, 50. I've seen 1,000% on options play. So options are very risky, but they're also have more reward if you know what you're doing, right? So don't hop into things you guys don't know. Don't trade things you don't know. So just because you see Brad doing it or me doing it or C130 doing it does not mean it's a recommended trade. It's a recommended idea, right? That's the whole reason why we want you guys to learn how to trade TPO, is so when Brad posts the play, you guys know how he's looking at the chart, right? It's no good if you just post the play, the thing takes a dump, and you guys know, I'm holding on to it. Bitcoin Brad says it's going up or it's going down. It's got to go that way. He's right like 9 out of 10 times, you guys. Actually higher than that, like 9.2, 9.3. I don't know what the stats are right now. But there's going to be occasions when he's wrong, right? Or he might get hit by a bus, right? So he's not going to be throwing out the plays anymore, So, you guys got to watch out. You guys have to learn how to trade for yourself. And that's what we're trying to teach you guys, is how to fend for yourself, okay? Mama Bear's not going to be around all the time to rip someone's head off, So you guys have to learn how to defend yourself, learn how to trade, all right? So that's why you guys have to, take this stuff seriously, listen to what he's saying, and that way you guys can be as good of a trader as he is, okay? It's not impossible to do. It's very, very possible to do. You just got to put in the same time and effort that he's done.
You mind if I say something, 3 a.m.?
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Throw something in there. So as you guys may know, myself, 3 a.m. and Bitcoin Brad, are all veterans of the United States Army. So the thing is that all three of us generally care about what we do. And at any job, there are people, who don't care what they do. When we're in the military, right, there's a big thing there for people who care, for people who actually want to be legitimate leaders and who want to actually, be in the growing process with other people who want to learn and who want to actually, pursue what they're doing. There's a saying, that as a leader, you're always training someone else to be your replacement. So like the level of dissemination of information, interaction, and all these other things that you guys don't get from other, areas in YouTube or anywhere else, you're going to get that here. You're going to be able to fully grow as a trader while being guided and explained steps along the way. It's something that's never happened before, and that's just how I have to say it, because it's true, guys. This is something that's going to be different. It's going to feel different. The teaching style is going to be a lot more personal. And a lot of you may not be used to this, but the best advice that I could give you guys is to relax and enjoy the experience as we continue forward from here. I really wanted to throw that in there because the level of teaching, the teaching style is going to be entirely different. So I just want you guys to be prepared for that. And I just want you guys to enjoy the ride. That's all I had to say.
Caesar, welcome, man. And then Jingles, you say you're working you work for Baba, or you're working on the chart for Baba. And then Graham says, are the futures really similar to the crypto market? It seems like they're more complicated. At least the charts. No. Crypto actually is more complicated than the futures market or any stock market, you guys. Where do you think that the idea came from for trading crypto? It came from the stock market. It came from the futures market. And, you got people on there that don't know what they're doing. And I don't mean you guys. I mean the people actually making the platforms, making the things, right? That's why those things are so complicated, right, to trade. And so if you guys think futures if you guys think crypto is like easy to trade, this is actually much easier to trade, you guys. This thing has rules, right? Trading crypto is like the wild, wild west. I keep telling you guys, trading futures is not, there's rules to this kind of stuff. There's a settlement date, there's a closing date, there's all these kind of things that go into it, and it's not on the crypto exchanges. And Crypto Kata, yes, it does support options. It's so the way you want to trade options, right, is not to really look at them in a chart per se. You want to look at the stock in a chart. And then when you execute, you can execute on your E-Trade, on your TD Ameritrade, on whatever. But you can link up your data from eSignal or from TD Ameritrade into Ninja. It's going to cost another $500 for another license or a multi-brokerage license. So yeah, you can trade options, but for us, we just do it straight from our phone usually onto TD Ameritrade. And then the last one, Crypto Chemist asking how long Brad's been trading to get to do well. So I don't want to hurt you guys' feelings. Brad is pretty much good at everything he does, you guys, okay? He's gotten better over time. He's like a wine. He just gets better with age, right? For me, it took me about 2 years to become consistently profitable, okay? And that's like 2 years of treating this like a job, right? So how much effort you guys put into it is how much you guys going to get out of it. So, Brad, don't compare yourself to Brad because he's gonna have all these success stories that you guys don't want to hear. It makes me feel bad, right? So Brad is good at everything he does, you guys. Whether it's in the army, whether it's in trading, whether it's playing a sport. The only thing he sucks at is paddleboarding. So if you guys want to get good at something and beat him in something, do paddleboarding. All right. But take this stuff out. Take the stuff that he's showing you guys. Take it to heart because you guys will do very well. Okay. I don't just stick around with him because he smells good or looks good, right? He actually knows what he's talking about. He's a good guy at heart, and he also, he always gives everything his 100%, right? And that's the way I am. It's hard to find people like that. So it's difficult. So stick around, you guys. You guys are in the right spot, okay? Thank you, Crypto Chemist. I appreciate it, man. We try and work together as a team. I cut Brad off a lot, but he's just getting stuff set up for you guys, so you guys aren't missing a lot. Okay, he's just going to show you how he breaks things down, chops up zones, and show you guys like where balance and imbalance and stuff is in the charts, just based off like highlighting on a 30-minute bar. Okay, and these 30-minute bars is basically the same thing as using a TPO profile, you guys. Wow, let's just yeah, hey, exactly. I wouldn't mind going back to those days just because things were different, right? It's like you do the right thing, you're good. You do the wrong thing, you might get shot in the street. You never know, right? But and that's the thing. It's like just do the right thing. You never know who's watching, who's looking, right? Spend most of the time doing TPO. So CryptoCamps, before I started trading, I never knew TPO. And like TPO was like something that occurred in like the last year for me. Before I was using range charts, tick charts, the footprint chart, all these different kind of things that wasn't TPO, and I didn't have consistency, right? Because I was always trying to be in a trade. I was using a 1-minute time frame, a 5-minute time frame. I was like trying to be in and out of trades so much, right? That I'm getting all these high commission fees because I'm trading left and right. But TPO has slowed things down. It's made things more mellow, more relaxed, and that's how you want to trade. You want to trade relaxed. Because your emotions will affect the outcome of your trades, right? If you hop in because you got FOMO and you think you're missing out, then that's a bad trade right there. So TPO is new for me, and it's something that I for the last year have been working on, and it's made a big difference in trading. So all this stuff that I've learned. Thank you, Graham. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the $10. So everything I've learned.
Yes.
Has come from before TPO, right? Just I made a big circle, right? I started somewhere else. I came back around to TPO. You guys gonna hopefully start your journey at TPO and then learn everything else that we've learned, and then you guys will be much better off. So basically, paid all the dues for you guys along the way. You guys don't have to make the same mistakes if you don't want to, but you're more than welcome to. Okay, I know some people are gonna learn that way. I have to learn that way. Someone has to tell me like, hey, the stove is hot, to not touch it. All right, or sorry, I have to touch it myself, even though someone else tells me the stove is hot. Right? I'm just stubborn. Sometimes I have to learn on my own. Hopefully, some of you guys aren't as stubborn as me and won't have to go through these learning and growing pains. Right? I forgot how long. Yeah. And then you guys, I got a little date tonight, so I'm gonna go shower. I will be listening to you guys or watching the text on the stream. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and post them up. I'll be watching and listening. But I'm gonna go get ready for this because otherwise I'm gonna be late and I can't be late to things.
I never heard anything about a female, man. I feel like something I should have known. What was all the text messaging for then last night?
Exactly. I don't talk to you about that kind of stuff, right?
No,
if I tell you if I'm done going to gay club, then I'll tell you all about it, bro. I know your style.
There's
a lot of dudes, a lot of guys out there that are married, got kids, and they tell their wife later, hey, guess what, babe, I'm actually into the opposite gender. I'm so sorry, and blah blah. My life is a lie.
Hey man, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just personally not into that, man. I'm just hey, I hope that's not how you see me, bro. You know what I mean, bro. I mean, you're probably gonna think I'm after you 24/7, acting over here, kind of,
I mean, guys, he calls me at the right times, guys. Every time he FaceTimes me, for some reason, I'm getting dressed or just getting out of the shower.
He's in the bathroom, guys.
It's like he's got a camera. He's hacked my laptop or something like that, you guys. So I don't know what's up. It's like the timing is perfect, right? No. The timing is perfect every time.
If you guys would hear,
he has good computers too, you guys.
I can't even say it on stream. The thing's 3 a.m. tells me at night, guys.
Oh, you can say it on stream. Go ahead, man.
I don't even want to remember any of that. I don't.
Oh man.
I'd rather just pretend that
Thanks,
was
Aaron,
never
appreciate
said.
it. Yeah, I got dinner reservations, so I'll be listening. I'll hop back on the stream if you guys are still on. It doesn't take me very long to get ready, but I just want to say, if I go silent, that's why I'm missing comms, is because I am taking a shower and I cannot get back to you guys. But I will come back, read the chat, and if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and DM me. It's no big deal. I'll always get back to you guys. But you guys are in great hands. You got C130 and you guys got Brad in the house.
Later, man. Have a good one, bro.
Later.
Hope
Yeah.
everything goes well, man.
All right,
I'll be
bro.
back, man. I'll be back.
Later.
Bet.
See you.
So right now, guys, what I'm doing is just kind of analyzing, like, normally what I like to do on Friday or on Sundays, I mean, is like kind of figure out the plays that I'm going to go after the next week as the week goes on. And so what I look for is I look for consolidation, right? Get a nice breakout. And so and as we see, this is a 30-day chart right here, and we go back, and this is a daily chart. This is 628 and this is 514, so we haven't been down in this range for a he's meeting the woman in the red dress. We're meeting. What are you laughing at? You never even seen the movie?
Nah, bro. It's just I already think it's some sus stuff. Like I haven't seen it.
You need to watch the movie, bro. And so now we're back like down in this consolidation range, right? We had a nice consolidation on top of this consolidation zone, couldn't hold it, and then pressed down into it. So the interesting thing for me, and this is American Airlines, in case anyone was wondering, the interesting thing for me is that we have these kind of support zones below. So what I'm looking for is if we're going to test it into support, then I want to get on some calls and trade these calls back up, from this 2150 to this 2250, maybe above, especially if this is a higher low. We see that we're still maintaining an uptrend. Yeah, like I said, pullbacks are normal. People in crypto are just not used to them, but pullbacks are normal, right? And so if we can hold this as a support level, what I'd like to do is trade it really into this 24. And it might not seem like much trading from a 22 to a 24, but when you're trading with options, just imagine like using high leverage on crypto. That's basically what's going on with this. And so what I do is I try to find the good ones that I'm looking for. I was looking at Baba. I think Baba has some more room to the downside. It kind of looks like American Airlines is kind of at that breakout point where it's either going to fail and press down towards this 20 level, or it's going to pop back up, maybe get some consolidation around the 23 or 25 half, 23, and then maybe 24 half. What other ones did I write down? Twitter was one that I was looking at as well.
Are you talking about like a certain coin or something?
No, I'm just talking about Twitter, the stock.
Twitter.
So we saw Twitter break up with the NASDAQ the past couple of days. And so what I'm just doing is looking for, a balance zone. So we see that we have, kind of this like these little ranges up. And I know it might be kind of hard to see. It's hard to see on my screen as well. I just have to like, kind of force myself in. And so, I kind of like, I don't, kind of like this range right here. So what I'll do is I'll find myself a nice balance range where I'm getting good test of the level, and then I will just change the color so I know this is my support level, and then I'm going to duplicate this. And this is just kind of explaining to me where the moves are going to go, like as far as how it's moving, right? Because everything moves in patterns pretty much when it comes to stocks. I mean, not like bull flags, bear flags, but like it all moves like within itself. I mean, basically the same way. Basically the same way that the crypto space does. And then we have this nice little gap below. And so this is why I'm expecting to see is if we are going to do a little gap fill, right? And so there's a huge gap on crypto. I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's a huge gap down at like 25,000, right? And that is something that James is really looking for because he thinks that there's going to be this big gap fill on Bitcoin. And so this is telling me, right, by just kind of, taking my previous balance zone and just giving it all the way up to where current price is at, and the Twitter closes right here. So depending upon how it acts at pre-market tomorrow, once the market opens, we can look at some options and maybe see if it's going to test this 66 level, which happens to be the close of 4 days ago, right? And that's kind of what I'm looking for. So maybe catch a 67 half, right, down to a 66 half, and then maybe lower if we get some actual continuation, because it's gonna be pretty thin in this area. And the Nasdaq's just like overselling like crazy. So
is it just dumping?
Yeah, those are pretty much the only two things I'm really looking at tomorrow. There is some other things that I've written down, but not that I'm ready to like pull the trigger on. So, but yeah, this is kind of how I'm looking at setting up my levels. Right, there's this gap that I was talking about. You can see that we're breaking to the upside. We're above this structure, right? And that's why I'd like to see us come back and test that structure. We broke above it, tested it, we gapped below it, came back, filled this gap right here. So filled this gap right here, right? And then what I'd like to see is see it break down and see if it's gonna respect the structure or if it's gonna just eat back through, because people just wanted to fill the gap and now they can trade back down. So we'll see. And then lots of space to fill down here for support. So it could turn into some decent options. If you are gonna gap fill, that's what she said. 3 a.m. busy filling gaps tonight. Damn.
On the job.
So when it comes to options too, I'm all about time. I like to get at minimum 30 days. You could get more. It's going to be more expensive. The more time you get, the more expensive it's going to be. There's daily options, weekly options, monthly options, things like that. So it's going to be a bit more expensive depending upon what you're after. Oh, you work for Alibaba? Oh shit. Where do you live at, Jingles? Oh, I think my chat's super delayed. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, that message was a while ago.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's because it's on the browser. That's why. I can see the regular chat, but okay. But yeah. So those are the two things that I'm looking at. And as we go forward and you guys start to get down the TPO, really, that's going to be the most important thing. That's going to be what you're able to. Did I minimum? Oh, I X'd it. Oh, it's okay. What you're going to be placing these trades on, where you're going to wait for those. That's how you're going to get like into the levels, right? Figure out where that exact level's at, and then go from there. Is there any stocks that you guys want to look at? If you guys are interested in stocks, do you guys even like stocks? Because I don't want to keep talking about it if you guys don't like it. So
there was a lot of good feedback about ES and traditional investments in the chat. I was reading it. Do you guys enjoy it? Here, easy. Got you guys.
So we could look at one thing I really like to trade is oil. And the reason I like to trade oil is because look how well oil respects the structure. Right? This is the Globex session, so don't pay attention to that. Even though it respects the structure. But oil respects the structure very well. So here's our TPO, right? And we have what's called, like a pretty much an even distribution. It's kind of like this lowercase b profile, which is telling us that the volume is slowly kind of trickling down. And then we have this poor low down here. And so what happens in normally when there's a poor low, it gets repaired. And so this is the Globex session. Globex session opens up here, right? And then kind of bounces around, but eventually trades down and repairs this poor low. And so that's what I mean when I'm saying like that it's trading very, very structurally, and that's why I enjoy it, because you can make some of these trades, right? So here's A period opens up here and goes straight down, right? B period opens up, goes straight down, it comes back up, right? But C period opens up, goes up, so it breaks the top of B, but it can't take A, right? D period opens up here, doesn't take the top of C, boom, short. Stop loss is there, so you're risking these go in by every 5 cents is a tick, I think, or I think it's every penny is a tick. Let's see. Yeah, it's every penny. More just looking for it in points, but so fuck, now my triangles are all fucked. So C comes up, D comes up, doesn't take the top of C. So as it comes back down underneath of the open of the bar, you short, right? There's no penalties for marketing in, marketing out, nothing like that, like it is in the crypto space, right? So for oil, I'm pretty sure. Let's look at it. So if we find CL on here, if I'm not completely blind.
Man, it is hot in this freaking house, man.
Yeah, you guys don't have AC up there, huh?
Oh, yeah, dude, it's so dumb. I'm literally dying, bro. It's just crazy. Apparently they need like emergency shelters or something for like certain people and their animals. It's
I've
insane.
heard that a lot of people in up in like Portland and all that area up there, like they're having this 100-degree heat and they just like don't know what the fuck to do.
Oh, dude, yeah, they have no idea what they're doing, man. Like over here, apparently it was like an order issued by the governor, and they had to like shut down small businesses and shit like that, just because if there's like a heat casualty in their business, they're at fault. It's like, what? Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So look at this, guys, right? So when you take a trade on CL, you just need $2,000 in your account, right? And to make the trade, it is $2.26 in and $2.26 out. So you're talking about $4.50, right? To make a trade on on oil.
Hey guys, real quick, I just heard you guys say about something like there's extra fees to market in to crypto, right? And this throws up a huge red flag, right? Because what is a bid and what is an offer, right? That's just an intention to buy or sell, correct? So if you guys are, placing limit orders all the time to get in and out of the market, these people on the other side of the trades know exactly where you guys are going to go, right? And they're going to do that because they know you guys have to do that to avoid these fees, right? And I don't know what the fees are, the difference in fees to market in or put a limit order, right? But if you have to put in these limit orders because you have to pay higher fees, they basically know where you guys are going to get in at, right? So basically, these limit orders in the normal markets are just a maybe, right? For you guys in crypto, that's probably going to be a definite, because you guys don't want to pay the high fees. You should be able to hop into an order whenever you want to. But the problem is there's 20 different exchanges for Bitcoin, right? So the person who's controlling that market, whether it's Binance, Bybit, whatever it is, they want to get the best price, right? So when you market in, they have to figure out what the best price is for them, not for you. So just watch out, you guys. Like, this is another thing I'm talking about, how there's no rules in crypto. It's like the wild, wild west. So watch out for things like that, because you shouldn't get charged more money for a market order. This is not a normal product, right? This is a very, very gray area, and this is a very strange thing. It shouldn't be like that. So you should not have to pay more money for a market order. Doesn't matter if you trade stocks or options or futures. It's the same price to execute, you guys. And you'll pay less the more you do in a lot of different places. So the fact that you guys are having to pay these higher fees to do a market order, it's very concerning to me.
Agreed. 100%, man.
And yeah, Jake the Cake said stop being cheap and get a window unit, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, for real, man. No, I just moved over here. I didn't think that the heat was gonna keep up.
Yeah,
Like,
you got to, bro. You gotta have
no,
AC,
yeah,
man. Doesn't matter where you
yeah.
live these days.
No,
When I was
that sure
in,
is facts,
Washington,
man.
I got one of those like portable air conditioners that you just like stick
Yeah.
in. So it's like it doesn't go like in the window. There's the hose goes in the window.
Yeah.
It's easy to install. It's pretty.
Oh,
Costco.
no, I know
Costco,
you're talking
bro.
about-
Yeah,
I've
they're like,
seen them have it over here in my unit.
yeah, they're like $300. They're not bad. They work well too. They work well for like the room that they're in.
Nice. Yeah, I might get one. I might get one either tonight or tomorrow, dude. Because I've been having to take showers just to cool down. You know, it's ridiculous.
So this is what I'm talking about, like when I'm talking about the structure, right? And these are some of the plays that we'll talk about when we go through the TPO bootcamp. Well, I mean, we'll talk about them on crypto, of course, but and this is kind of why I like ETH, right? I've been talking to, I think Graham likes to trade ETH a lot, and ETH respects its structure a lot as well. You know, which is another reason that I like how ETH trades. But you know, like, so let's say you see that it doesn't take this top right here. You put a short on underneath the open. Your stop loss is above the C period. You know, you take some profits on the way down based off of structure, right? You want to take some profits on the top of B just in case it bounces off the top of B. Take profits on the halfback, which is this little white arrow, and then take profits on the bottom of C. There's your 3, right? And then E period opens up, can't take the top of D, right? Let's say you're not convinced because, well, E took the bottom of D, but it opened, went one tick up, and then went down. F period opens up, comes up, doesn't take E. As it comes back down, it hit a short, stop goes there, and then you trade for the low of the day, right? It doesn't actually get there. G period opens up, 3 ticks up, and then runs those stops to the downside, right? Those were, you know, basically like easy clockwork trades when it comes to the structure. ETH is way easier to limit in and limit out. Bitcoin, your order never seems to fill. Yeah, that is true. There was a couple days ago I was talking about that in the chat. Is like I was trying to get a fill on Bitcoin and I had a limit order in and it still filled me on a different price.
Sus.
Damn, your air conditioner costs $3K. Well, is it? I mean, that's I'm talking for like a window unit, like or not like a portable air conditioner. All right, chappies. We'll see you later, bro. Thank you.
Chappies, you're the man. Love you, bro. I've seen your YouTube. Good stuff. Mucho bueno. Yo, Brad, can I ask you a serious question, man?
Yeah.
Might be a little off topic, but I'm actually thinking about this. Is food in Cali, like Hispanic food, Mexican food, really as hyped up as they make it seem, or
Yeah,
you know, is it like okay? Is it? Yeah, I'm thinking about going to Cali in a little bit. Take a little road trip with the wife, you know.
You're gonna drive?
Think about it. Yeah, I want to show her both sides.
Oh yeah.
Just from what I've heard in the military. Yeah. Yeah. Heard a lot of people from North are like very country and people in South are more like cultured and stuff with like the trends and stuff.
Yeah, Bobsy, that's the thing is that's what I was using. But sometimes what happens when you do that is you don't get filled, and so you know, like sometimes you need to get filled. So let's talk about that trade that we took in the chat off the open. I know a lot of you guys got in a little bit before me. But what we saw, right, is we basically saw the Asia session open, came down back into the structure, and then rejected back up, right? And as it came back up, it started running these stops. So that's where that's where I got long. I got long a little bit late. And then, you know, my target was this 35 level. I think that line was about as straight as Ramon. Ooh, got him.
Yo, what happened? Oh, I was typing in a chat. What happened? No, I was replying back to Matt. My bad.
I said that top line was about as straight as Ramon.
This man thinks he got the joke. This man, guys, I don't think you want me to go in on Bitcoin, Brad. Like, come on now. This man, he looks like Sully from Monsters Inc. Search that up. You know what? I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison and post it on the Discord. You're done.
Seen a picture of me, bro.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put both together. You're done. It's over.
I'm done.
Oh man, I'm gonna do it here.
But anyway, so what we were looking at is these structures, right? These, you have structure here, you have structure below. Let me zoom out a little bit so we can get a better picture. And this is what I was kind of telling you, because I know you guys love these shapes. Is that it was, you know, trying to break out of, well, let's draw this bottom one better actually. The fuck? Okay. Oh, you can just draw a straight line. You know, so it tried to break out of this little triangle that it's in. So like I was saying, it's kind of condensing, right? And that's why I was expecting this move to be big, but it popped out, and then, you know, immediately buying shut off. It came back in, next bar opened, we traded through the bottom, and now it's coming back up towards this top, right? The only thing I don't like about stuff like that is that when it does things like this, it runs out of fuel. And by fuel, I mean, you know, stops to run, right? We still have our resistance zones up to the top that we drew earlier today. And those are kind of the levels that we're looking to see how it's going to act up there. But as price comes up, right, and it looks like it, you know, might pop above these stops, but the levels up for it to really, you know, catch a bid to run, it's going to have to get, you know, some decent buyers going. It is weak. It is the you know, the weekdays, so it is possible. He said that's the flying triangle. Call it Air Force Base. I like to call it somebody called it where's my thing at? It looks like if we draw it again, just draw from here. What it looks like is a Dorito.
A Dorito.
Right, a little Dorito. Oh shit, I'm dragging the screen around. Our rising Dorito.
That Dorito looks good, man. Is it a ranch or like
No,
nacho?
this is nacho cheese, bro.
Mm.
Okay, so there's that breakout. Hit that little stop run. I just love that emo. Okay, sorry. Oh shit. And it's, I mean, it put in a little bit of a test right there, so that wasn't bad. There's a break of that BWAP. Right, for me, I'm not really feeling this trade. It might run up, you know, who knows? It might run up, you know, 10,000 points. I have no idea, but for me, I just, you know, a little bit more patient. I really like this downside trade though. Once it comes down here, just looks like it wants to go, and that's because, you know, we have all this fuel to the downside. Does look like it's gonna run though.
I was trying to push hard.
Yeah, it might have trapped a bunch of shorts down here, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like pretty decent excess actually. And so if if you're in that long trade, right, you want to see it hold this level. And if we look at you know, where the buyers came in, they're right here. So that's where you want to see it hold. Then you have sellers up here, you have some baby sellers right here, and then you have, you know, selling right here, of course. So if it can get up above this and then more buyers come in, right, this can act as, you know, our little cannon that we saw earlier and shoot our cannonballs out, right? But, you know, it is risky to be buying up here if you're not already in, for sure. And, you know, this 35 level for some reason has been just acting as a huge resistance lately, and that's one thing actually I was going to do. So let's do that.
So what I wanted to do is I wanted to get rid of this. Oh shit. I wanted to get rid of the delta profile. What I wanted to do is zoom all the way out. And that's the thing, like, that we can't draw these zones like I like to draw, which is super annoying. Gotta wake up in the morning, shake the cake. All right, I'll see ya.
Later, man. Thank you for being here, brother.
So this is our next range here. Let's change this color to a color that we'll pay attention to when it gets here, like white, because none of the other charts or anything else is on the chart is white. And this level here. So this is our upper structure, and this is what I like to do when I zoom out. I like to find out where that upper structure is going to let me know like where I'm going to be getting these stop releases at, right? So there's going to be stops on the top of this current period, right? This is where we're at right now. So once we start running these stops at the top right here, above 35, you know, we have some fuel to the upside to get into this upper range, right? And you know that that's one thing that we've kind of been, you know, ever since we broke down. You know, we came back tested it, had that huge sell-off, came back tested it, went into consolidation, tested it again, sold off again, consolidated. Now we've consolidated, we tested it once, or tested it again today, came back down. So, you know, maybe we can break through it, break up, and then start trading up, because there's a huge, basically thin spot right above that, from that 36.1 up into about, I mean, honestly, like really like 37.250, that if we get into that space, we could catch a really nice move into the next structure, right? And these are the moves that I like to try to find and get into, because that's what's going to give us all this, you know, juice basically, and that's what's, you know, forming our red pill, right?
That's all you need right there.
That's all you need. So now we can zoom back in. And there's still singles below, right here. That's why I'm looking for this downside. Just because, you know, the reason, it's not like I like to trade down, it's just that, you know, you have stops here, 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 and then these are single prints, you know. It's just gonna, you know, it just gives us that fuel. Whereas here, going to the upside, you know, you have some stops here, 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 and then once we get up above that 355 level, that's where there's going to be another structure for resistance. So, you know, it's kind of tough to get into that range and kind of find out where it's going to go. But where, as if it were to come down, it has a lot of extra, you know, because all these people, when I say stops, these are buyers that are going to turn into sellers, because they're going to have to close their position because they're long from down here or long from right here, and this is their, you know, their last take profit. They've taken profits up here, and they're trying to let this one, you know, piece that they have left go to the moon. You know, but unfortunately Mount Everest is hard to climb, and so they're gonna have to get air evac'd from the medevac.
Yeah, they could make it. They could make it, man.
Right. That's why in here we're not trying to stick a flag on top of the mountain. We're just trying to
go for the walk,
go for the gift shop.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, I was at Mount Everest.
Exactly.
Like, did you climb to the top? Like, bro, I was there. Okay, what do you think I did?
How do you think I bought this?
And that's the key, right? That's what's gonna help you be consistent as you go forward. I don't know why I put that background on.
Which one?
Like the colors behind it.
Oh, that's a nice helicopter.
Thank you.
Looks like it's gonna land up there and walk to you, be like, "What's good?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it did look like little feet.
Yeah,
Like
it's the exactly. That's the Citadel helicopter. That would be nice. Imagine helicopter with the Citadel sticker on the side.
That would be dope.
We could have Matt Flint fly
Pizza.
it.
Crypto Kata, I'm glad you Ricotta, however you say it. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, it was cool to get into the futures. I know James went on his normal rants, but he just loves the futures market. So once he gets going,
dude, when he talks about the futures, man, and all that stuff, dude, no matter how much knowledge I have, bro, I just listen.
Yeah, that's how you know that he's so passionate about it, is because
exactly.
He really enjoys it. And the thing is, like with James, like he has such a good job, he doesn't need to make money trading like futures and stuff. He does it because he enjoys it, right? Brilliant. This wakes me up. Answer to Mount Everest: what you did, traded power on guys. Drawing makes me. Yeah, that would be cool.
Andy's?
Yeah, that's Andy's. Yeah.
You know what? I was looking at my other monitor and I already knew it was him.
Yeah, it would be cool to like get some stickers, some TTV stickers made, and like take them all over the world and stick them on places. That's maybe when James does his quest, he'll do it.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of upset that we don't have those right now, because I want some.
I think James got some made for his car, but those
I know.
stickers, so like,
I told Stephanie. I showed her the pictures. I told her, I said, "Yep, when we buy our car, I'm gonna slap this on it, and I'm also gonna put a QR code so everyone can join our community." I told her that I really like our community, guys. I enjoy what we have going on, and I have no shame in going out there and telling people that I am part of this community that's all about people learning from each other and helping each other out. It's truly rare. It's legitness.
Need to evac by heli.
I see that happen all the time, man, and like ski places and stuff, or like when people go like down these mountains, some avalanches be happening and stuff, and they have to get the helicopter out there and take them back. And he said, "Get them stickers. One is going to Manchester United. Big game today for England."
Oh yeah, England plays Germany today. Well, for today for him, tomorrow for me. Yeah, the games today were crazy. France lost. Oh my gosh, and what an upset. France and Portugal are both out. Wild.
Where's Midnight at?
Probably crying.
Yeah, so I said that.
Oh, this guy's name's God Pilled Left. Really appreciate this.
Oh, he's an OG. He's OG.
Is he?
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a minute.
Behind the matrix view on shorter time scales, like 5 seconds. We'll just see this work and actually watch the price changing. You're talking about like on a 5-second chart?
I think he's talking about like instead of looking everything being executed inside of a 30-minute session, he wants like a real time, like that's crazy, but he wants like a real time like depiction of the price fluctuation.
So you can
within
look
TPO.
at this.
5 seconds, really tiny time frame.
Yeah, not 5 seconds, but one of the other templates I made, I call it the Matrix 2. The thing is, if you don't know how to read the chart, it can be very
daunting.
Yeah, I know that red dot is going up, James. And so this is the footprint chart for Binance, and you can see like how much it moves. And you know, if you learn how to read this chart, the thing is, this chart can cause FOMO, right? And that's why I haven't put out the template, because I don't want you guys to use it until you're comfortable. I mean, it's not a hard template to make either. It's just a 100 tick point and figure chart on a 6 tick time frame. So this chart moves a ton. So if you're looking for a chart to watch to move, you know, this chart is moving a lot, right? The thing is, it's not you know, it's just tough until you understand like how point figures actually work, and you know what the price is doing. You know, because these aren't based off of time, they're just based off of the price. So, you know, now we're getting a little pushed down. So you can use it to see like if it's going to respect this area here, if it pushes down through here, but there's not like stops at the bottom of all of these bars, right? And you can run a bunch of different charts on this. It just is a matter of, you know, kind of what you want to do. Ag trade, check out the website. Ag
Oh, that's
trade.
the one that beeps. Are you talking about aggr.trades?
Oh yeah, that's a worthless website. Get Rickles. Just so you know, don't pay attention to that. The thing is about that website is that you can't like aggregate those trades to the way that you should be able to. So you're seeing every single trade, and that's just like, you know, it's like it gives you like indicator paralysis. Like you're like, you know, you see all of these. It's kind of like looking. That's why I say a lot of people shouldn't be looking at this delta, because this delta can confuse them, right? Because they saw this 8.2 million, 12 million, 3.6 million, so they bought right here, and price went down, and they're like, well, what the fuck is going on? Because all of these buyers are buying right here. How can price go down, right? And then you see, you know, buyers right here, 12 million, 13 million, 12 million, but price is still not going up, right? Well, this is, you know, that melting snowman effect, and now you're turning into a puddle because you decided to FOMO in up here, because you're trying to pay attention to something that you don't understand, right? And this is a thing, like I tell you guys, like, you know, the best way to have this chart is like this. Until you fully understand market structure, and until you're making good trades, and you don't even, like I said, you can paper trade all of these. You don't have to make these, you know, these trades, these practice trades in real money. You can paper trade these trades until you feel comfortable. And I recommend paper trading for like a month at least, right? Because until you feel comfortable making these trades, it's going to be tough to excuse me, it's going to be tough to, you know, really last a long time if you're risking your account on something you don't fully understand, right? Check that website, aggregate.trade, even on the 1 second. Are you just talking about that for him? What would you say the minimum amount money you need in Ninja Trader Capital? Anything other tools you'd like to trade futures, or ballpark amount? Sorry if I answered, I'm working. Minimum 500, set us to 2,000 for micros. So the software is $1,000, right? And if you get what I think it's Matt got, you will have I forget what it was, what the price was, because you guys bought it, right?
Yeah, it was like what he bought. It was like $300-400. I think that might have just been the indicator though.
So you can
the TPO one.
So you can actually, buy the lifetime license for the $100 off, so it'll be like $900, and then you could rent all of the things that that Rancho de Nero, that Acme has to offer. So you get the TPO,
that's what it was, yeah.
the market imbalance, a bunch of other shit that you don't need, but that you can use. And then
it was like $100 total.
It's $78 a month to get all of that stuff. If you rent it, like if you or you can rent it, you can like rent it for like a certain amount of time, but if you just rent it per month, it's just $78 a month, so it's really not too bad.
Dude, Ninja Trader micros for BTC is underrated, man. Like, it really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember like a long time ago, like when we were playing Fortnite, you were just like, hey man, like, have you heard of the micro Bitcoin futures? And I'm just like, what is that? And then back then I was just like, why would I ever get that instead of just buying the real coins, But moments down the road, I'm just like, well, I don't need to really actually hold this actual asset if I'm just trading the price.
Right. And so we can look like, so this is micro Bitcoin right here. I'd have to hang on, let me adjust this a little bit. Put on 5 ticks. Okay. So this is what the micro Bitcoin looks like. I'd have to look and see what the cost per point is. This is something that you can trade. You just can't trade this over the weekends, and it's micro, so it's not gonna cost you a ton of money. So if you're still looking for like these huge swings, right, you can still catch like decent moves. It just is gonna depend on, what's the big boy? It's just gonna depend on how much money you have in your account and stuff. But I mean, it moves. It moves like the exact same price, right? 740 or 34708 3460, right? So it's just a little bit off, and I mean, it's just based off of which exchange. This is a futures contract. You're looking at Binance or Bybit or Bimex or all that crap. Can be different. So my bad, get rectals, yeah. Yeah, something. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it does play cool music.
What, Ninja Trader?
No. That like slot machine thing that plays like.
Oh yeah. It does keep you entertained, like the noise. Yeah. Like whenever a big like stop release happens, it's just in your ears.
And that's the design of it too. Like that's why they did that.
They're trying to keep you on there, even though it does nothing for you.
Yeah, and so I can show you guys. Fix this chart, but it's all fucked up. My time in sales chart that I look for on Bitcoin looks like this. All right, so this is kind of like what you're looking at when you're looking at that other thing. It's just the only thing with my time in sales chart for Bitcoin is it's only showing me orders that are well, it's only supposed to be shown, or maybe it's 0.05. I thought I had it on 0.1. It's supposed to be on 0.1. So it's only supposed to be showing me orders that are 0.1 Bitcoin or higher, right? CME chart is important too, a lot, because professionals trade there most of the times. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because, and if you can see positions being built in the futures, right, you'll know, just like that huge options expiry that we had, that short was fairly predictable. You never want to just go in blind expecting something, but we set up a nice short and then took the short as it presented. But yeah, you are 100% correct, Girex. Like, the paying attention to what big money is doing is super important. Yeah, as you guys can see, like, I'm not getting like this just overwhelming amount of information. This is over, this is from 12:24 Eastern time. So not like this huge amount of information is coming through, and this was 1228, so we have one page of information and it's been about 5 minutes, whereas the other one, you could fill fucking Harry Potter book in about 5 minutes. So
yeah, it is quite a bit, man.
It's too much.
It really is.
It's
Yeah,
too
it
much.
really is. It's like every second, man.
Yeah, and you don't need to see orders that are like 0.00001 Bitcoin. Like, that doesn't fucking matter, right? We're looking for the big orders. I mean, we don't even need this on. Honestly, like, if I could only have one tool to trade, I would just pick the TPO, right? I could get rid of this. Don't need it. I do like the VWAP, so I might keep that. So maybe I'd have to have 2 tools. I could get rid of this volume profile. It means nothing to me. The only thing is, the only reason I keep these open, high, low, close candles on is so I can see where the bar opens. Unfortunately, and I've sent exocharts an email. They're just like, oh, we're working on it, but they're working to like pay for their like website still too. So, but it's nice to know where the bar opens. And so, like, green bars open on the bottom, red bars open on the top. That's just good information. And then also, it'd be cool if they marked halfback for you. So, like, if you look at, here's that trade on the MES that we're still in. All these white arrows are pointing to halfback. So here's halfback. Halfback of all of these bars. This big consolidation is, right here. And so, this is a trade that we took to make an example, but if I lose, no big deal. I just wanted to, so I could show you guys what it looks like when the order closes. But if we're looking at the market structure, right, we see a consolidation zone, right? End period peaked up into upper excess, right? So we have value here. We have this big value here. So if we draw here, we're basically in that zone. It's going to have support. We had this poor low down here, so it's telling us supply is shut off. We traded up, and so now we want to see if price is going to come down to repair this poor low that we had during the cash session. Make sense? This almost kind of looks like one of those, what was that game with the imposters?
Oh, Among Us. Oh, giant Among Us character.
Yeah.
There's hella memes for that.
That game was fun, dude.
It was. It died hard though, man. That's what I hate about games that expled. Yeah, nobody plays it anymore. It used to be like the biggest game for like a straight 2 months.
I accidentally clicked close. Oh well. Well, there goes that. That's how you close it. You click close, and now it's closed.
I'm watching you like draw it delayed on the YouTube stream. I'm about to go on Twitch. It's faster on Twitch, huh?
Yeah, the connection's better on.
It does look like an Among Us character. That's funny.
Keep hearing about halfback on all the videos. Can you please explain it? Yeah, so halfback, Andes, is just halfway through the bar, halfway back on the bar. So if the bar opens here and it's here, so halfway down the bar is here, and typically that's a spot. I mean, this bar is pretty small, but if these buyers want to keep going, that's a spot where they will try to defend. And so if and we saw it come down and kind of go back up right there, that's where they'll try to defend. And once they lose halfback, they'll try to defend the bottom of the bar. Once they lose the bottom of the bar, then they look for another reference point. So I period halfback is probably up here somewhere, even with this J halfback, so that's probably a pretty decent buying spot. And then maybe the VWAP as price goes down, and then the next spot would be the low of this structure, right? Low of this structure, all spots that you will see people defend on the way down, based off of structure. That's how professional money wholesale is going to build positions. It's a scalper's reference. Exactly.
You have a nice mic, man. Like,
Thank you.
it sounds, I think the input for the Discord is different. Like the input that you have, you're using your regular mic or that mic? Because
I'm using
the pill mic.
My pill mic.
Oh, dude, this sounds way different on stream. Like on stream, it sounds crisp, bro. Like a radio.
But like if you're watching the stream like on YouTube or something.
Yeah. It sounds like I'm like listening to like somebody on like, I don't know, like a broadcast, like a legitimate radio while driving. Just like, oh, this, I gotta listen to this guy.
Nice.
It don't sound like how Sims' mic used to sound.
All
It was
bootleg.
loud. Oh, dude, it was so loud.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have anything else, I will be back in the morning for the 6:30 stream. Thank you again for Graham for the $10 and for LUP for the $20. We really appreciate it. Thank you. And
that's funny.
Yeah. And if you guys don't have any more questions, I think we're gonna sign off, call it a night. Tuck this one in early, and get prepared for the trading day tomorrow. I have some alerts set, guys, if we want to have some alerts set for the breaks of these highs up here. I do kind of like how I didn't take C. That way it gives us a little bit more fuel to the upside if we do end up breaking. So that is kind of nice.
Yeah, it was a fun stream. I had to go pick up some stuff, but as always, you guys are awesome.
Show the stop run lady. Got it.
My Discord is exploding. What the heck?
It was so random when I found that. Just one question.
Oh yeah, the lady when you stop run.
Yeah, stop run.
She hits that thing. That's funny.
I do like how we're trying to test this upside up here, Andes. The thing is that we've failed it so many times, and when we fail it, we fail hard. So it's hard for me to get on board at these tops, unless I'm planning on taking profit like as we get into these resistance levels like quick. So maybe might not be a bad trade, but I'm really waiting for this downside. I'll probably try the short here at this 42,250 level, and try to catch it down. My first take profit would be like this 33,898 level, and then below here we have singles down to, where are they? No. Down to 33552 on the Binance. But we are, kind of holding this. So if I was going to try a long trade, it's almost kind of forcing me in. I want to go to bed. So like a good long trade would be, maybe this 4950 level. Your first target could be this 5200 level. If you get above that, this 279, and then above that, you start above that, you really start once you get into this resistance. This could be like a little bit of range, but if we get above that, guys, like I was saying earlier, there is space up here to just drift on up, like up to this 3749 level. So you got to be prepared for everything. I try not to get like a bias for anything, because then I'll be like just staring at one thing and just waiting for it to happen, kind of like I have been on this downside. I was kind of waiting for this downside to break and kind of missed a little bit of this upside, but we're streaming too, so it's kind of tough. But yeah,
be like that.
If you guys don't have anything else, I think I'm gonna call it a day, and we will see you guys all tomorrow.
Have a good one, guys.